Hello everybody, this is Barefooted Wiccan on Facebook. Now this is how to cleanse quartz. There are plenty of ways to do it. This is one of the simplest ways. It is one of my quartzes here. It's a little small one. If you notice, I definitely need to cleanse it. It's got a few a lot of people like when they buy a quartz to get a few a little few specks in it. You see how the light goes through? I don't know if you can see that, but when you go to the shop to buy it, if you can see a little light through it, that usually means that it's been cleansed. Now, the way I'm going to talk about how to cleanse it is when you're going to cleanse it, you can make what's called moon water. Moon water is when you go outdoors on a moonlit night, on a full moon, and you take your quartz crystal and put it in a bowl that's separately in its own bowl. You take it out at night and you put it out there with some boiled water. Of course, you let the water cool down, because that is the cleanest water you can get, is boiled water. And if it's raining, it's even better. And you can collect the moon water, put it in a special bottle, and you can use it to cleanse your crystals every time you're traveling somewhere, or if you need it in a hurry, especially when you're doing circle work. So that is one way of doing it, because a lot of the time I'm traveling. Now, another way you can do it is if you live near the beach, that's even better, which is great, because of course you can't get even more cleaner than beach water. Again, take the bottles you're not going to use normally, go to the beach, get some nice water from the beach, take it home, and like I said, leave it overnight in a dish. Use the beach water, leave it under the stars, leave it there at night. A lot of people, they're very religious, but when they buy a new crystal, quartz crystal, they go to the shop and then they actually put it into the ground with the soil and leave it for a few months, especially on the Sabbath, because people know on the Sabbath it's on certain days, of course, the will of the year. Okay, so if you boil your water, everybody knows that that's the cleanest you can get is by boiling your water, isn't it? Another way to do it is do it in a separate bowl all the time, always separately in the bowl. So you don't put it with a whole heap of crystals in the bowl, because apparently they get cluttered and it is good to cleanse them once a week. Now when you go to buy one, always ask in the shop, have you cleansed the crystals? Have you cleansed any of the crystals? And of course, if they say no, we haven't, then you know that maybe they're just not Wiccans. I mean, they don't know generally. And you know, when you do buy one, pick it up, have a good feeling of it, put it in your hand, in your palm, like that. You might not be able to see. It's a very small crystal, but it is best to get a nice big one, hold it in your hand, in your palm, like that. I'll put it in your palm, and if you feel a bit of warmth happening there, and the crystal is very still, use one with a point at the top, of course, and just give it a feel, and if it does feel very warm, you know that's the right one. It's always very important not to wash your any crystals with any oils, the oils that you get, the incense oils, the oils that you use in oil burners, because it can get sticky on your crystals, and as I said before, it clashes with the quartz crystals or any crystals. And salty water is really good too, because if you think about it, I mean, we use rock salt on the outer, so give it a go. If you go into a shop and you can't get the feeling of the right quartz, I mean, don't go in there and grab the first quartz. Have a go and around the shop, and then cook them up and give them a go, and like it. A lot of more advanced and experienced wiccans, especially electric wiccans, they might like getting a double-sided crystal, because then they can use it like an flame. They can create a circle one way and create a circle the other way. Like I said, I mean, don't ever forget to close and open the circle, because it's just letting in a negative spirit if you don't close the circle. I've seen people in covens, and you don't need to join a coven to be Wiccan, and I have seen wands in shops. I have seen wands with great big huge quartzes up to here. I mean they look lovely and everything, but when you're beginning, and you don't need really big things, and if you keep to the basics, it's perfectly fine. When I was first starting, I kept to the basics. I mean, I'd love to get a cauldron. I like to get a bell. I like to get a cauldron because it represents the worm. It represents all sorts of things in Wicca. All items on your altar can represent a lot of things. So that's why I always say, if you start basic, a lot of things can mean a lot of other things in Wicca. So you don't need really big things. As mentioned on one of my small videos on my blog, there is a few pictures about all different basic items that you'll need to put on your altar. And the most basic quartz is the most basic one that's going to go in your altar. Okay? So thanks for listening to my video, and I hope you have a look at my blog, which once again is called The Barefooted Wiccan. Thanks for your time, and bye for now. Bye.